Hi, Tiger.
I,
What's happened to your mattress on your bed?
huh?
Somebody's stolen your mattress. It's because it's noisy, isn't it, from the nightclub opposite? So on a Friday and Saturday night, you get to sleep in Dad's room, don't you?
Yeah,
Now, how are you feeling?
great.
Don't look it. You're like, no. Have you done your learning? I haven't got your questions here, so I'm going to have to try and remember them. Hmm.
Dad,
You
they're on
remember the
the
questions.
table.
They're on the table, are they? Okay. Let me just fire a few at you, see if you can remember. Can you remember what shape a red blood cell was?
By concave.
Superb. Can you remember what, as you go from cells up to organism, what are those stages?
I know cell, tissue, organs, organ system, organism.
Very good. Can you remember some of the features of prokaryotic cells?
Features, what are features?
Some of the things that you would find in prokaryotic cells.
Flagellum, pili, um, capsule, plasmids,
Very good. You listen. You're
and also
back.
cell wall.
So, well, yes, you're batting these away. Very, very good.
And
Okay, well,
also
today we're going to do
nucleoid.
Alf, today we're going to do something, yes, nucleoid, really difficult, yeah? So take a deep breath through your nose. We're going to look at something called gaseous exchange. And for a little boy that doesn't
Basic.
even know about atoms, this is going to be a struggle. So we're going to have to go back
I
to
just know
real
about
basics.
acid.
No, atoms, Tiger, atoms. This is going to be tough. All right.
The screen's all black.
Yes, not all of it, though.
A
Um,
smiley face.
Now, no, I need you to really concentrate now. So seal your lips, really try and focus. Um, you're going to just have to believe me on one or two things. Everything in the world is made up out of little particles called atoms, okay?
Okay.
So if this is a table standing there on the floor and I zoom in on a little bit of it and I look at it really closely, you'll see that it's made up out of lots and lots of small particles called atoms. Everything is made up of these small particles called atoms. All right?
So we're made out of atoms?
Speak up, Nate. What?
Are we made out of atoms?
Yes, absolutely. We're made up out of atoms. Everything is made up out of atoms. Not even everything that's living. Everything is made up out of atoms. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, if you open a bottle of perfume like this, so you take the lid off some perfume, the atoms of perfume will spread out. And if this is your nose here, eventually you will smell the perfume because those atoms will travel up your nose. All right. And this process is called
Diffusion.
brilliant. And it is caused because these particles just move in a really random sort of way. In other words, they move from side to side in a really sort of not with any order at all. Now, what I'm going to do very quickly is just to show you what that looks like um, through a little, they're called applets. It's a little tool here. Yeah, it's a way in which I can show you what's going on. And I've just got to find it, so bear with me. Um, Here we are. So if I put in some particles here, some atoms, all right, let's say we've got 20 or 30 there. Can you see those particles moving around?
Yeah.
Imagine that they're smell particles. Imagine that they're particles of like a gas or like
Perfume.
perfume. Perfume, yeah, like perfume. Makes sense? Now, if I remove the green thing, the divider that's stopping them on one side. Where are they going to go?
The other side.
Oh, you clever boy. So they do. Look, diffusion is happening. So diffusion is the movement of particles from where there are a lot to where there are not many. And on balance, they sort of move in that direction, don't they? Does that make sense?
And sometimes go down, left, right.
Yeah, but if we go back to the beginning, you're right. They sometimes go down, left, right, because they move randomly. They move all over the place, don't they? But on balance, they go to the right. Look, high concentration on the left. If there's a lot of them, we say there's a high concentration. What do we say?
High concentration.
And on the right, there's not many, so it's a low concentration. What is it?
Low concentration.
Yeah, and it's like if you're
High
making some,
low concentration.
yeah, it's like if you're making some orange juice, yeah, some orange squash. If it's got high concentration, that means you've got a lot of orange squash and not much water. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
But low concentration, you have more water, less
Yes. You've
plasma,
nailed it.
more
Yes. Yes.
atoms.
So we're going to go from the left to the right. So when we remove that, you can see that they sort of move over there eventually, yeah? And
Yeah.
that is called diffusion. So diffusion is the movement of particles from high concentration to
To
low
low
concentration. Good lad. And it
high.
doesn't need anything to happen. If you know when you go to the toilet in the morning and you leave the door open,
Yeah.
how is it that I'm downstairs in the kitchen and I can smell the fact that you've gone to the toilet and you can smell what I'm cooking in the kitchen? How do those smell particles travel?
Because we opened the doors.
Yeah, and so they travel by what's the process called?
High concentration, low concentration.
Yes, but begins with D. What's it called, the process?
Division.
Not division,
Determination.
diffusion. Right, your penance, you're going to have to say diffusion 5 times. Say it.
Diffusion, 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 diffusion.
And once really loudly to annoy the neighbour. Go.
Diffusion.
Yeah, I wish I hadn't said that. Okay, so that's diffusion. Now, sometimes, and this is where it gets really tricky, you go through like a cell membrane, right? So
The
what sort of,
membrane is a wall.
yeah, it's like in the wall of a cell. Is that what, yeah, so
The nucleoid.
it's a nucleus.
Ah, yeah, nucleus.
Nucleus.
Bacteria has
Right,
down, 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 right, right, right.
good lad. So if we've got,
it's tic-tac-toe. Those are atomies.
they are atoms outside and they want to get inside. Now, they can travel by diffusion, can't they? So
Yeah.
normally particles will travel inside by diffusion, but something rather clever happens with water. Let's have a little look at that bit and
The
zoom in.
atoms disappear.
No, they don't. You can't destroy atoms. Did you know that the atoms that you breathe up your nose are exactly the same atoms that were always around and dinosaurs probably snorted up their nose?
Ew.
Yeah, isn't that weird? So atoms are never destroyed. They just keep going and getting recycled and made into different things. And
So like plants and acid waste or waste
yeah,
or
well,
toxic waste.
why toxic waste?
By the way,
Well,
Oscar said he eats toxic waste. Yeah,
well, we we eat toxic waste sometimes, don't we, from Flames restaurant?